All right, officially going live. Let's go. Oof. Hold on real quick. I might have to get on my phone because this thing's kind of overheating. Give me a minute. When this thing overheats, I probably got to get on my phone. Give me a minute. 1 second, guys. I don't want to get on my phone. I prefer to do it on here on the laptop, but it overheats. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why it's doing this right now, but it's all messing up. Give me a minute, guys. If it starts overheating, then I'll have to restart it. And that's not fun, right? Having to restart this after I just literally just fixed this. I mean, I don't see why I can't just log in. Yeah, I watched Mania yesterday, man. I watched the majority of night 2. First, I missed. I watched the whole entire first night. The second night, I didn't see the first couple of matches. I missed it. But I'm actually kind of shocked that I'm shocked that they would take the title away from Roman Reigns. I'm actually shocked about that. I thought for a second that they were going to break Hogan's streak. That was my initial plan, or my initial idea that, well, why would they have Roman Reigns champion since 2020 if he wasn't going to break Hogan's 1,474-day streak? Roman Reigns was currently at 1,316 days going into yesterday. So it would have made sense to have him continue. But the problem with that is that he would have had to hold the belt past Mania, then would have had to hold the title past SummerSlam. So he would have to win SummerSlam because SummerSlam's in August. And he would have to hold the belt till September the 14th, according to my calculations. And that would be on a Friday night SmackDown. And that would be to tie Hogan's record. And then the next day he would break it before Monday Night Raw the following, which would be September 17th. So I guess they decided, well, maybe breaking Hogan's streak's not that really important since we already know wrestling's scripted anyway. Doesn't really matter. Even if he breaks Hogan's record, what does it matter anyway, right? I like Roman Reigns, don't get me wrong, but the storyline was getting bland and it was getting boring. Plus, he doesn't wrestle that much. And you can already tell he wanted to go on vacation and probably most likely wanted to do movies or something like that. So why would he need to hold the belt past then? If he had to hold the belt past SummerSlam, that means he would have to hold the belt till Mania the following year, which that would put him well into 1,600 days, possibly. Then you're talking about reaching Bob Backlund's record. Then it's like, how much more further do you need to go with it? It's not really that important. 1,316 days is good enough. Uh, Cody Rhodes needed to win, to be honest with you, because you brought him back and you had him win 2 Rumbles in a row, lose one, only to have to lose another one at Mania. I don't think they're going to go 2 times in a row doing that. They should have had The Rock win the Royal Rumble. Yeah, they should have. And then you could have set up the Reigns and Roman match, Roman Reigns and Rock at Mania. You could have had Cody challenge Seth. You could have had that. But since they went with the Cody route and had him win, kind of made sense for him to have to win at Mania. Made sense. Unless you're just going to bury the guy. But then it would just defeat the purpose of why would you even bring him back if you're just going to bury him anyway. Wrestling brings people together, Marvin says. Absolutely. That is true. People come together during this time of the year, especially wrestling fans, whether you're an Attitude Era fan, Golden Era fan, or you're a current fan of, whether you're a Ruthless Aggression, PG, whatever, if you're a fan now, still are, then, wrestling brings people together, right? The Rock shows up. You had The Undertaker there, Stone Cold, no, it was Undertaker, John Cena. So have they announced where Mania is going to be at next year? The rumor is it's supposed to be in Minnesota. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, I have not. I have not. I didn't see the whole show last night. I just know what the results were, because I went back and looked at it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm looking at the matches now. WrestleMania Night 1. Rhea Ripley defeats Becky Lynch. I thought Becky Lynch was going to win that match, but Rhea ends up winning and retaining the title. And that they had that long tag team ladder match with 2 titles on the line. The Raw and SmackDown titles were on the line. And if I'm correct, it didn't. I'm trying to remember exactly who won those matches. God damn it! Who won? Who won the 6-man ladder match? Holy shit! I know R-Truth and Miz won a Raw. I'm trying to remember who won the SmackDown titles. God damn it, Steven, is your mind all messed up? Who won the SmackDown titles? I think it might have been shit. Somebody tell me won the Raw titles, because I don't remember. And then you had the Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Rey Mysterio won, Dragon Lee won. That was an okay match. It was all right. And then, of course, I think Jimmy defeated Jey Uso. First time brothers going at it. Heads up. And then you had the Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control. And Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi won that match. All these matches were kind of bland, I'm going to be honest with you. Night 1 wasn't really that exciting. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Gunther and Sami Zayn match was pretty good. That was probably my favorite match of the first night, believe it or not. Then the main event, but that match was pretty good. I like how they did the training with Sami Zayn. They kind of like a little Rocky Balboa thing with him. And his manager said, no, you're going to go out there and do it by yourself, blah, blah, blah. That was actually a pretty good match. Gunther's 2-year streak comes to an end. So the match was won by Sami Zayn. That was a good match. I give that match a 5-star match. It was pretty good. I was entertained. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. The Rock at the age of 52 carried his own weight. I'll give him credit to that. The Cody Rhodes and Seth, they did their part. Roman did their part. It was a good match. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Rock came back and entertained us. And he brought back the Hollywood gimmick. Thought that was pretty good. And overall, the match was pretty good. So that was my second favorite match of the night. The Rock ends up pinning Cody Rhodes. He puts him in the rock bottom. And then, this a 3 count. And then they hold the finger up, and Cody just kind of sitting there with his arms on his knees, and parents are all like, look distraught. I kind of like how they did the trash talking with the parents. They brought the families up to the front. They did that in the Gunther Sami Zayn match with his wife and kid. And then they did the same thing with the main event with The Rock and bringing Cody's parents there. And The Rock and Roman's kind of trash talking the parents, and I thought that was really cool. Like, it kind of gave it a basketball, football feel to it, and a little trash talk feel to it. So I kind of like that. That was a very exciting exchange, and kind of brought a little emotion out into the match. I kind of like that. I like the creativity that they put on that. I don't know if that was Triple H's idea or whoever put that together. That was a pretty good thing they did right there. That ended night 1. Might I say, The Rock came back and made this WrestleMania what it is. Because if he wasn't on the card, it probably would have been boring. I'm not going to lie to you. The Rock definitely brought his A game. And at 52, wow, The Rock still has it. WrestleMania Night 2. And Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I think, if I'm correct, this is the match that I missed. I missed a couple of these matches. But I think Drew McIntyre won. And he was champion for like 6 minutes in the ring. And then Damian Priest, I think, cashed in and won. So he became the champion or whatever. Somebody tell me if that was a good match. I missed that one. And I also missed the Bobby Lashley Street Profits versus Karrion Kross. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits win. I don't know if that was a good match or not. Somebody tell me what their thoughts are on that. LA Knight defeats AJ Styles. I did watch that match. That was a very good match. And LA Knight won. He's on the up and coming, man. He gets over with the crowd. People like him. You know, he has a little bit of the cross version of The Rock and Stone Cold. Fans like him. I like him. Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Logan Paul wins. I used to not like Logan Paul. I thought he was an annoying YouTuber. He actually is. I've grown to like him. So that was a good match. Logan Paul for the win. And then ISO Sky versus Bailey, if I'm correct. I don't know who won that match. I think I might have missed that one too because I went to the bathroom for a long time. I had to use the restroom. I don't know who won that match. Who won that match? Somebody tell me who won. If it was even worth watching, I'll go back and probably watch it on the highlights. And then, of course, the main event, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. I like how they inserted, like, Undertaker in there and The Rock and John Cena. I kind of like how they did that, you know, and they kind of had, like, everybody involved in the match because it was, like, bloodline rules. And Cody ends up, I think, hitting the crossroads. He puts, like, Roman Reigns in the crossroads, like, 3 times and gets the pinfall. He ends up winning. I think Cody Rhodes invites Triple H out to the ring, and they're all like holding him up, like he won the championship. It gave me that feel for the WrestleMania when Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit won. So they kind of like gave you a feel for that for Sami Zayn defeating Gunther and ended a 2-year streak, and then you got Cody Rhodes defeating Roman Reigns' streak. And then also kind of like how they did the press conference. They have like a press conference now where like the wrestlers will go. It's like after the match is over and the reporters will ask them questions. And it's kind of like it has like a NBA basketball like moment where the players are at the podium and they're talking in the mic and reporters are asking them questions. I kind of like that. I kind of like that feel for it. I like what they did there, and nonetheless, I thought WrestleMania was a little bland on the first night, other than the 2 matches I said, the Gunther Sami Zayn match and then the main event with The Rock. Those were 2 matches I would recommend people to go watch. The other matches were kind of a bunch of like mixed tag matches. I didn't really like it. Even the ladder match was okay, but it was all right. But anyways, the next night is really when they picked it up. The second night was really the night that you guys got to watch these matches. That's where it picks up. They saved all the best for last, and night 2 really carried the show. And then, of course, with the main event involving Undertaker, involving John Cena, I thought that was really cool. And it was really exciting to see some of these old wrestlers kind of have their involvement in the ring. And then I think Jimmy or Jay like speared Jimmy Uso or something like that during the match because all these guys started getting involved, So I thought that was really cool. Now, where is WrestleMania 41 going to be? Let's find out. It's going to be in Minneapolis, so it is true. Okay. All right, so it's going to be in Minneapolis. I kind of had a feeling that's where it was going to be. That's the rumors anyway, so. Yep. U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings. Stadium can hold up to 73,000. Okay. So that's where Mania 41 is going to be at. So it's clear that they made that decision. And, wow. I can't wait till Mania comes back to Houston. We've already had 2 WrestleManias. The rumor is that they want to put a WrestleMania overseas. They've already done it in Canada. Might as well go and do it in Europe somewhere, right? Or you could put it in Saudi Arabia, even though they got Crown Jewel technically, but you can put that stadium somewhere, maybe in Europe. Maybe in WrestleMania 42, 43, that's where it's going. God, time goes by so fast, Marvin says. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Think about it. It was like when you were a kid, it was like WrestleMania, whatever. Growing up if you grew up in the golden era, it was like, your first WrestleMania, your sixth, seventh WrestleMania. And now it's like sped all the way through. If you're a millennial, you were excited for the manias back then. WrestleMania 2000, WrestleMania 2005, and now it just goes through the years, man. Now you're at WrestleMania 40. How many more WrestleManias do we need? I mean, imagine if it gets to WrestleMania 100. All of us will be dead by then, Marvin. I don't think we'll be around. I won't. I'll be gone by then. I'll be happy to make it to WrestleMania fucking 50. If I make it to WrestleMania 50, I'll be happy with that. Give me 10 more years on this earth to watch Ted Madias, and I'm straight, bro. If we even have a WrestleMania 50, based on how this country's headed to, we probably won't even have a WrestleMania 42 or 41. That's next year for 41. Wow. 40 WrestleManias. 40. And it's going to just go by fast. I'm talking about boom, boom, boom. The years go by. Before you know it's WrestleMania 70. And everybody's going to be all in their wheelchairs going down to the ring. We're going to have your Attitude Era shirts on, your Macho Man Randy Savage, your Hulk Hogan's. You're going to be dressed up as this guy. This guy's going to be dressed up as this guy. We're all going to be on our wheelchairs just watching another WrestleMania. Wow. Still bitching, still saying how the show could have been better. Blah, 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 blah. Probably go on YouTube, make a YouTube video. If YouTube's still around, it'll probably be another site. And that's just the enjoyment you get from being a wrestling fan. It's just enjoying wrestling for what it is. Whether it's good or bad, the good, bad, the ugly. Marvin says wrestling fans are the only ones that can take a joke. Nowadays with the cancel culture, no one can take a joke anymore. I know. Oh, absolutely. That's true. Wrestling fans are the only ones that will tolerate racism, sexism, every type of like hatred there is out there. Like wrestling fans seen it all, so it doesn't offend nobody because they're like, oh, hey, that's a cool. What kind of work are you doing? So you kind of do your research and see what type of work this is going to. Even in the YWC on YouTube, same thing. Those guys were doing like racial gimmicks and shit, and you're like, no one got offended because you're just like, what kind of work is this? So you would just go and you'd stick around and see where this goes, Because at times when wrestling's bad, you're like, this is the only entertainment I'm getting from it, so I might as well do that. You like WrestleMania 24, WrestleMania 2K24? It was okay. I played it at Marvin's house. He's got WrestleMania 2K24. It's just pretty good. I like how they brought the guest referee back. That was cool. I like how they enhanced the Royal Rumble. Still only 8 guys in the ring. I was kind of hoping maybe they'd go 12 or like 14, but 8's still okay. But now they customize it to where you can win based on submission or pinfall now in the Rumble. Like it used to be, you just had to just throw them over the top rope. You can edit now the settings and have them fight until there's a pin or submission. Then the guy gets eliminated. The only problem is those matches go on forever. So if you have 30 guys and you're doing pin and submissions only, you're probably looking at about a 2-hour match. Easily 2 hours. So 2-hour match to get that over with. But I like how they changed it to where you can customize your matches now even further. I like that. And the My Rise or whatever, they brought that back. That was pretty cool. You can download characters on there based on the past. I like that too. There's nothing wrong with that. Vince McMahon actually is in the storyline. He is. He's in there. I think he's in the storyline at one segment. He's coming out to the ring with some girl or in the backstage somewhere, but they have his face blurred out. Yeah, Vince McMahon. So obviously they're getting away from the whole, the whole scam or whatever that, scandal, whatever they call that crap, the scandal that Vince McMahon's in. They're getting away from all that. So yeah, they blurred his face out. So unfortunately you can't see his face, but nonetheless, you can still play the storyline. So storyline's all right. I'm just saying that for the most part, wrestling fans are to me, some of the most friendliest people ever. When I went to WrestleMania 30 was in New Orleans. That was when Brock Lesnar defeated Undertaker for the streak. And then Daniel Bryan won the heavyweight championship. He had to fight twice that night and won both matches, right? And Ultimate Warrior got in the Hall of Fame, and they had the Kane was in the Hall of Fame. And anyways, yeah, he did it. Cody Rhodes won. There you go, King Twister. Finally got one comment here. But nonetheless, when I was at that show, I remember we were at the hotel off of Slidell. It was me and Michael Proud, real cool guy. I haven't spoken to him in years. I hope he's okay. And we went to WrestleMania. We rode in his car. We went to Hall of Fame. We went to the Saturday, the Sunday's festivities prior to the event. Then we went to WrestleMania. And they didn't have a 2-night at WrestleMania. They didn't have the 2 nights. The Fridays were the autograph session. Saturday, Hall of Fame. Sunday was the actual show. And when Brock Lesnar won against Taker, the whole building was just completely just disintegrated. Like, we were like, what the fuck? Like, y'all would really end the Taker streak? Like, people were like just drained, And when we were at the hotel that night, people were coming in and out. We're walking all around with their belts and dressed up as Macho Man and all that. And Hulk Hogan and Sting and Lex Luger and Kevin Nash, and everybody had their outfits on. And we just left the door open, and we just said, fuck it, we're just gonna leave our hotel door open, and we're just playing we were playing we were playing No Mercy on the 64, and people were just dropping by and like, hey, are y'all playing a Nintendo 64 WWF No Mercy? I'm like, yes. So they would come in all hours of the night. This was going on until 6 a.m. and people were just playing like the wrestling games. And they were coming by showing the outfits. Hey, what section are you sitting in? So we would try to like link up, and they would say what section they were in and stuff. And that's kind of the enjoyment I get out of going to like a wrestling event where there's people that that really enjoy the show, and longtime wrestling fans. And, people kind of just come together, man. It's like that come together moment. There's no cancel culture in wrestling. There's none. Even though Vince technically got canceled, but that's because wrestling is now out. If you're not a wrestling fan, you're not going to like wrestling. But now like ESPN covers wrestling, all these other networks cover it. So they realize it's like people enjoy it. So now like they're promoting it sort of like as a sport, even though technically it's not a sport, technically kind of is, kind of not. But because it is, now it's on a wide stream, like mainstream thing. So now they're like, okay, well, we have to go by the cancel culture rules and all that. We can't just like cancel God. You can't just say anything anymore, which is understandable. Some things they changed in wrestling, like for example, the women's bra and panty matches and stuff back in the day. I understand why they did that. Like looking at it back and saying, okay, well, the women are just kind of used to get naked, but they have no wrestling capabilities, right? But the sex sells things. So if you're going to go there to watch the bra and panties match, you'll watch the rest of the shows. So that's how like you were able to entertain the male audience, right? Because your main demographics was 18 to 34 males, vast majority of wrestling fans, right? That's like your big bulk. So they said, okay, we need a new image, women's revolution thing. Then they had the women's Royal Rumble back in like 2015 or something like that, or 2018, somewhere around there. So now women are tested more for their wrestling capabilities, which I'm okay with that, by the way. I don't have a problem with the way they promote women in wrestling now. Now they're actual considered wrestlers as opposed to like half naked back in the day, and then they're on Playboy like a week later, and then no one really cares to watch them wrestle. But I kind of understand that aspect, like why they would change that. So it makes sense. But for the record, I didn't have a problem with a bra and panties match or the mud when they would get in the mud and they would wrestle in the mud and stuff. When back then when it was like Tori, or it would be Lita versus like Trish Stratus, and they would have like a mud wrestling match, and they would get half naked and in the damn thing, and then the mud's everywhere, and oh man, those were the days. You won't get those days back, but for what it's worth, I think wrestling is transcend now. It's new era, new time, or whatever. I don't think wrestling will ever get as good as it used to be, Marvin. No, absolutely not. No, I don't think so. No. But I mean, you just have to appreciate it for what it is. Some nights it'll be good. Some nights it won't be good. It really just depends, It just depends, Like I said, I don't watch wrestling like every day like I used to. Now it's just sort of like I watch wrestling just for like the big pay-per-views. Does that make sense? And I don't even watch every pay-per-view. I only watch like Mania, Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, Survivor Series. Am I missing any? I watch Crown Jewel sometimes. Backlash, or what they call Payback now. I might change the name. They changed it so much. But yeah, I used to Undertaker streak, probably one of the best streaks ever. Oh God, they should have never ended the Taker streak. They should have kept it going. I think Taker's lost twice at Mania. He lost to Roman Reigns and he lost to Brock Lesnar. They should have kept Taker's streak at Mania. They should have. That means Taker would be 41-0 right now. No. He'd be 31-0 right now because he was 21-0 when he lost. So if they got him at 10 more Manias, he would have been what? 31-0? Damn. They could have kept that streak going, man. I mean, I think they should have personally. Absolutely. So what'd you guys think of Mania? Did you like it? Yay, nay. Yay, nay. Yay, nay, nay, nay. The first night was terrible. Just two matches are worth watching. The main event and the Sami Zayn Gunther match. Those two are good matches. The second night, all the matches, for what I told, were pretty entertaining to watch, though. And then the main event was just over the top. Everybody's involved in the match, and I just thought it was really cool. And how they had the Taker and the Rock going at it. Now that was pretty cool, right? And then after Cody Rhodes won the title and he did the celebration, they did the little where he goes to the back, and then they did the little press conference. I thought that was very creative for them to do that. In fact, I think they should start doing that for all the shows, like not necessarily Raw or SmackDown. I think that's like pushing it, but you can do that for, like the pay-per-views. Like after the wrestlers win, they go to like the press conference and they'll speak into the mic and like pull their little promo gimmicks. I think that's pretty cool. If they did something like that, instead of it just being WrestleMania, they should do that for all the pay-per-views. Absolutely. Like I said, the only Raw that's going to be interesting now is the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, because that's going to be like the start of the new season. What's the plan going to be going forward and stuff like that? How long does Cody Rhodes keep the streak, by the way? Like, he starts his own streak of days as champ, but how long does he keep the belt? It's going to be the question. And what type of like rivalries are you going to have for Cody Rhodes going into the second half of this year? How long does he keep the belt for? How long can you keep his title reign entertaining for? To me personally, do I see Cody Rhodes remaining as champion until Mania next year? Absolutely not. I don't think he's going to be champion for that long. I think if anything, Cody Rhodes will probably be champion until probably SummerSlam. That's what I'm looking at. They'll probably give him a 4 or 5 months. Because when is it? August is the SummerSlam, right? So you got to okay. So you're in what? April, so May, June, July, 4 months. You could probably give him about maybe 7 or 8 title defenses. I mean, once you become champion, you don't have to be champion forever or for like a long time, 2, 3 years. You don't have to do that. You could just be champion for 4 months, 3, 4 months, just get some title defenses in, then he'll drop the belt to somebody else. Will we see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes part 3? You talking about for next year, bro? For Mania 41, that means Cody Rhodes would have to hold the title till next year. And then Roman will come back, and then I'll be a tiebreaker. A third match, Roman Reigns and Cody again for 3. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know, man. That's kind of pushing it, in my opinion. I think I honestly want to see Roman Reigns and The Rock. Are we ever going to get to see that match? Because now Cody's a champ. So is Roman and The Rock going to have their fight? My guesstimate is I wouldn't mind next year Mania if they put Cody Rhodes against Roman and The Rock as a triple threat match for the title. Bruh, if they did that, that would be pretty cool. The Rock, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, triple threat match, WrestleMania 41 next year. Because I understand they want to promote the 1v1. I think in this case, you could go a 3-man match. People do want to see The Rock versus Roman. And I think you could promote that match for maybe Crown Jewel, or you could even go further in SummerSlam and have The Rock and Roman for SummerSlam, and you book that match. Do you think Roman Reigns will appear on Raw tonight? Well, I know he's supposed to be on vacation pretty soon. He's going to take off from wrestling for a while. Think he's going to be doing movies or some shit, ain't he? So if he's going to be doing movies, then there's no sense in keeping him there. Hold on. Sorry about that. It's just this connection sometimes kind of slows up. So I had to turn the camera off for a minute. My bad, bro. It happens from time to time. Like I said, what do you guys think of the matches? Did y'all like WrestleMania, huh? Were y'all excited? Because I was definitely excited for this show. And it's one of the 5 pay-per-views I like. So all power to me, right? Can you believe it's already 11 a.m. today? And I'm off today from work, so I don't have to worry about work today. I don't go to work till tomorrow. But I might go to the park or something later. I think I might do like my little 2-3 mile hike or 4 mile hike. Just depends on what mood I'm in for, because I like to get my exercise in when I'm off, right? Because when we're off of work, you get kind of lazy, right? You don't want to like work out or anything. You're like, I'm just going to sit in the house all day. And that's what I did yesterday, believe it or not. And I was just like, oh, man, I feel like shit. I need to get out and get some sort of fresh air going, right? I need to get out and get some exercise and get some sunlight and get some vitamin C. Or what is it, vitamin D? What is it the sun gives off? I think it's vitamin C, if I'm correct. Mm-hmm. Where have you been for 7 days? Usually you stream every day. Yeah, I know. It gets addicting streaming every day. It does. I'm not going to lie to you. And if you're a YouTuber or whatever, you get, yeah, I know. The Bills traded Stephon Diggs. I saw that. Mm-hmm. Well, it gets addicting streaming every day. And then people get tired of seeing your ugly face after a while. So then they just don't come watch the streams. And then so I just said, you know what? I'm going to do movie night, right? So I would show the movie. Like a movie from back in the day, and I was getting a little bit of traffic doing that. And 20 people jump in the stream, and we're doing a movie. And then all of a sudden, I get like this notification. I'm watching a movie called Demon. Maybe about 10 minutes into the movie. And my stream got up to like 30 people. There was like a lot of people in there, right? And all of a sudden I get this basically my channel got a strike for showing a movie that I guess was a no-no, even though they're older movies. You know, like these are movies like in the 80s, 70s, and 60s. I didn't think it was a big deal. You know, I thought like, okay, well, the new movies you can't stream. Okay, no problem. And I had already streamed another movie before that, didn't have a problem with it. But now all of a sudden they have a problem with this particular one. So at that point, I just was like, okay, so I'm getting a strike for a movie I showed that was a 1980 film that doesn't make any logic sense to me. Like, why would you give me a strike for that? That doesn't even make sense. If it's a newer movie, okay, I get that. That's understandable. But these older movies, why am I getting a strike for that? And not to mention, there's other YouTubers that stream movies and they don't get strikes, which makes no sense to me. Like, how do they not get a strike? And especially if like even some of these bigger channels that have a bigger audience, right? They can copyright whatever they want. And whenever they want, it seems like to me, like the rules for them don't apply. It's like, doesn't make any sense. Like, how do they determine who gets to show what and who doesn't? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, and it's no hate, you know, on my part. I was watching this YouTube channel who shows movies, and they don't get strikes, and they even live stream it, and they'll get thousands of people in their stream. They don't own the rights to none of these movies, but they get to show the movies, and they're just YouTubers, and they don't get strikes. Like, it makes no sense to me. And they're actually making money off this shit. They're getting donations, they're making money, and I'm not making a single dime, but I get a strike. Like, make it make sense. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to argue because it would just be wasted energy to argue with them. So I just say, okay, I'll take the strike. I'll sit the 7 days out and you know, get the strike on my channel, I guess, till June the 29th. And that strike comes off. And so now I can stream for the first time in a week. So I just said, whatever. You know, Cody sucks. Roman looks sickly, man. Yeah, I think Roman's going to do movies now. So I think that's the reason why he needed to drop the belt. 1,316 days he had the belt for. Hogan was at 1,474. That means Roman would have needed to hold the belt another what? 158 days just to break Hogan's record or to tie. And I think the WWE looked at it and said, this is just too much of a stretch. He's already had the belt for so long. Does it really matter to beat Hogan's streak? Probably not. I don't think the fans would really care if he did. I don't think it's really important to break Hogan's streak. I'd say 1,316 days is way more than enough for him to hold that belt. Now you got Cody as the champ, but how long does he hold that belt for is going to be the question. And what type of like rivalries or storylines they're going to put him in. You were crying when Undertaker showed up. Oh, man, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Like I said, so y'all been asking where I've been the last 7 days. That's where I've been. My channel got a strike, and I was unable to upload videos for a week for doing movie night. So apparently movie night's a no-go on my channel. Unfortunately, that I won't be able to do movies. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, just take the L, move on with my life. The highlight of my week. Yeah, when Undertaker was in the ring. Yeah, and he went at it with The Rock. Yeah, so, man, you know, I guess you got to appreciate it for when it's here, because as time goes on and these WrestleManias go forward and forward, we're in the WrestleMania 40. So by the time you get to WrestleMania 50, for sure you're not going to see any of these wrestlers anymore, like old school wrestlers. Taker won't be there unless he's doing maybe a cameo. The Rock maybe might have a match. He'll be 62. Wow, The Rock will be 62. He's 52 now, but he'll be 62 in 10 years. I mean, he could probably do like a farewell match or something, kind of like what Sting did. for AEW. Sting final match at 64. Dude, that's freaking epic. For him to have a final match at 64 years old, that's pretty old to be wrestling, bro. And for him to still, all power to that man. That man deserves a retirement. Have a happy retirement, Sting. Oh, Sting is a legend. Absolutely. Sting is absolutely a legend. But yeah, WrestleMania was night one was a little slow, and then it picked up on night two. You know, night two, that's where wrestling started getting a lot better, and the show started getting better. And so, like I said, I like the upgrades they're doing with the press conferences and all that. I thought that was really cool. I think they should do more of those, actually. Like when they're promoting like a big match, they should do like a press conference, like where they do like kind of like how UFC does it, where they kind of have like two guys stand next to each other and have like a face off. They should do something like that. That would be really cool, just to kind of give it a UFC feel to it. Yeah, I thought WrestleMania was good. It was entertaining. You know, appreciate it for when it's here, because when it's gone, it's gone. What is your favorite WrestleMania of all time? Man, now you tell me to dig back into those roots. It's kind of hard to say. Um, WrestleMania 2000 was good. That was the main event. Was like a 4-man match. I think it was like what Triple H, Mankind, and was it Stone Cold and The Rock? I think it might. I think that might have been the match. I forgot exactly how it went. Of course, when Shawn Michaels went up against The Undertaker 2 times. When Edge won in Canada and became champion, that was a good WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania was at 2005. That was when Benoit and Eddie Guerrero won the championship. That was a good show. That was a good Mania. Ain't it crazy how a lot of those wrestlers are dead? They're not a lot, but some of them. Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, like hugging it out in the ring, and all of a sudden they're no longer with us. The whole like Chris Benoit scandal, and then the whole Eddie Guerrero like dying. Man, that sucks, man. Which goes to show you that, you know, drugs is no joke. But I also understand that when your body is going through a lot of pain, man, you need medication. You know, like especially like when I was working at Walmart in the truck, and them guys were having like back pain and neck pain and all types of shit. They were taking all types of shit. It was none of my business though. I would see them. I would see them taking shit. It's not like stealing, but taking like, I guess what you would call a controlled substance. None of my business, but you know, when you get pain like that, man, you got to take something for it. It can get, you know, pretty hectic on the body, you know, wear and tear on the body as you get older. You know, like I threw my back out working at Walmart, unloading trucks. And so, you know, I take the ibuprofen and shit, but, yeah, when you overwork yourself, man, and, you know, in a stressful environment, especially if people aren't, you know, coming to work and they're calling in, and then this adds more labor onto you, it wears and tears on the body after a while. So I can understand why people get burned out, you know, because it adds to it. You know, like now is the best time to work. I give credit to that, but at the same time, when you get people calling in all the time or not showing up, it makes it more difficult for the ones that are there, because then then they have to divide the work amongst them, and that's how that cookie crumbles there. And it's a mess all the way around. So we'll see what happens. You know, well, like I said, back to wrestling, because I don't want to just ramble off, but I enjoyed WrestleMania for the most part. And I hope you guys that watch it, I hope you enjoyed it too, man. What's going to happen on Monday Night Raw tonight? That's going to be very interesting, because like I said, the only Monday Night Raw that matters is always the one after WrestleMania. The 2004 Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 20. Man, I know. Can you believe that, King Twister? How like fast time goes by? Like this shit goes by fast, bro. Before you know it, we're all going to be in the ground. Gravestones and everything. If you could pick which wrestler you want to be buried next to, who would you pick? That's a good one. That's a good one, Marvin. Let's see. If I died and I got a choice, right, to be buried next to a wrestler, man, there's so many of them. Either The Rock or Sting. If you're watching Rock or Sting, don't be mad that I said that. But I'm just saying, if I had the opportunity, bury me next to one of those guys. Life is so short, enjoy it. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I agree 100% with that one. You have to enjoy life because the way it's going right now, we need each other more than ever. I think the body was built to work. It just wasn't built in the sense where it, it sort of wears and tears on the body as you get older. It's harder to maintain your figure as you get older. It's a lot harder. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's just harder. As you get older, you ain't no spring chicken no more. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it is very important you try to somewhat at least try to take care of your health to a certain degree. Because if you ignore it, it just gets worse and worse and worse. I've seen friends pass away, from bad health. And trust me, it's not a pretty sight, not a pretty sight when you're having to lose a leg or, lose your life, because of your health getting, worse and worse. It's hard. It is very hard. Most of the processed foods you eat nowadays are trash. I know. And they're definitely not as good as they used to be. Like going to McDonald's, going to Whataburger, going to all these places used to be good. Now it's just expensive, nasty food. It's the truth. It's not the same anymore, man. A lot of these places you go out to eat, they're not the same. Like when I grew up, I remember Tuesdays used to be like 30-cent Tuesdays. You get just rack up on cheeseburgers and get a whole bunch of them. Now it's just, you can taste the trash in a lot of this food. It's just a lot of this food is overpriced and it's nasty as fuck. A lot of it. Marvin said, when I was growing up, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches were the only things to eat in the morning, or a can of ramen noodles or a bunch of ramen noodles. And that used to be nasty because everyone wanted the cheeseburger. Nowadays, everybody would prefer the opposite. Absolutely. Like, to me personally, peanut butter and jelly sandwich is better than eating that trash at McDonald's. It is. When I was little, though, you get picky. You want the burger and fries, all American food. You want the McDonald's. Now, growing up, shit, I don't even want that shit no more. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat out every now and then. Taco Bell. Taco Bell used to have they still have the Cravens menu, which is really smart on their part. It's like items that are $3 or less. And they still have some items on the menu that are $1, about $1.50. So if you got $5, you can get what do they call it? You can get the cheesy bean and rice burrito. And then you get a lot of it in there too. And you can get like 2 of them bad boys for $3. 2 for $3, and you're straight. And then you go and buy the $2 bottle of soda or something, and you're good. You got your lunch for work. A lot of people don't realize that you can do that. Taco Bell's got the Cravens menu. It's $3 or less, so it's kind of hard. I love Taco Bell. I don't give a shit if it's not Mexican food. It's like a McDonald's of Mexican food, but I don't care. I'll eat it. What's your favorite thing at Taco Bell? The Mexican pizza, because I haven't eaten that in a while. And then you also got the grilled stuffed steak burrito. Oh, you can't beat that. And those deluxe boxes, man, that's how to get you into buying those deluxe boxes. Yeah, Taco Bell to me still outbeats a lot of these restaurants to this day. But yeah, food don't taste the same no more. You can taste like the factory shit they throw in there. They're definitely not what it used to be. You know what I like? The Asian ramen noodles. The ones you get in those big, big boxes and they have like the spices and stuff. Those are really good. And still affordable. Still affordable, man. Yeah, McDonald's is trash. Oh my God. I don't know why people eat there still. The only thing decent on the menu is the damn they don't even have them anymore. They used to have the Angus burgers. Y'all remember they had the Angus burgers? They used to have the Angus burgers back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they had 3 of them. You can get the quarter pounder one, the mushroom and Swiss. Those mushroom and Swisses were pretty good. Now they don't have that anymore. The chicken nuggets are disgusting. All the burgers taste like crap, and they're highly expensive. So it's not worth eating there anymore. So I just don't even eat at McDonald's. Now McDonald's does have their drinks are pretty good. The drinks are pretty good. That's the sodas out the soda dispenser. They do something with those damn drinks because I tell you they're addicting. Because a Diet Coke, I drink one of them bad boys from there, and it's better than a Diet Coke out of the regular dispensers. They add something to it. It's hard to eat healthy. Oh, it is. Even a bag of chips, like if you get like the little small ones, loaded with fucking salt. It's only 150 calories, but it's loaded with salt. And then it's loaded with a bunch of like carbs, and you're just like, fuck. It's hard, man. It's hard to eat healthy. Oh, the McFlurries go hard. Oh, the 4-layer burrito, Dorito Loco Tacos, yeah. Oh, what about the 7-layer? Didn't they used to have a 7-layer burrito? Yeah. Wendy's, their Baconators are good. I'll give them credit for that. The Baconators are pretty good. I love the Baconators. And you load that bad boy up. And they also had the pretzel burger. The pretzel burger is good. Their chili's good. I love the chili with the onions and cheese. You can put that in there. Ask for the chili sauce. And that's good too. Yeah, most of these places aren't that good anymore. Even Whataburger sucks now. Like I used to go to Whataburger and get the big triple meat burger. Tastes like crap now. Tastes like factory crap now. And you can taste it too in the burger. I was like, oh. And a lot of times they make that food way in advance now. They don't even make it anymore fresh. So the food, it's been sitting there for an hour. And you can tell you tastes cold. I'm like, man, I wanted this shit fresh. You know? McDonald's fries still outbeats most fries. Used to. Man, there's this badass barbecue joint that's not far from my house. It's like maybe 10 miles down the road. It's called Beef and Bun. They're a po' boy basket, and they load it with brisket meat, and then they put that sauce on it. It's got a little fat on it. Then you ask for the extra sauce on the side, and their fries, oh my God. It's one of the best tasting fries I've ever had. I think they actually barbecue the fries. They were really good. That is really good. That they got the chicken fried steak, country fried steak with gravy. You get a biscuit and fries. And then they also got the chopped beef sandwich is pretty good. And they got house-made Delaware punch. They got an actual dispenser that makes Delaware punch, bro. It's pretty good. But yeah, nothing. I mean, there's still some mom and pop places out here that are good. We got a Best Burger down here that's pretty good too. You got the one down the street here too, the Tornado Taco, that's pretty good, and then Tornado Burger, that's not that far from here. Oh, the vanilla shake. I haven't tried the shakes there. Oh yeah, the McFlurries are good though. Now I tell you, it's hard staying in shape, man. I tell you, you have to have a lot of discipline, man. And discipline is not what I have. I got to get my discipline back. But it's hard. It's not hard losing weight. It's hard maintaining it because you realize it's not just like it takes you 2 months to lose it. You get motivated, and then you lose that motivation, and you gain it back. And that's how usually it happens. It's like a game of cat and mouse with your mind. But it's discipline, man. You have to. It's like a lifestyle, and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I go from losing weight, gaining, losing weight, gaining, losing. It's a lot of discipline to have to maintain that shit. A lot of people don't realize that. That's why most people quit. Like me, they can't maintain shit because it's hard. Because you realize you have to do it every damn day. Even on days you don't feel like it. You get up, you're like, damn, man, this sucks. I don't want to work out. I don't want to eat right. Fuck. It's so easy to fall. It's so easy to fall off, man. But it's hard to stay on course. It really is. You have to be mentally focused. And it's just something I have not mastered. But there are other people I see that master it, but it's very rare. It gets addicting. I think it's something they put in these foods that are so addicting, man. Some of these foods, like some of the stuff they put in there is very addicting, like the additives or something. They know what they're doing, You ever done fasting? Yeah, I've done fasting. I've gone 4 days without food once, just to see how and I tell you, it feels so good. Like it's hard at first, but it you get like headaches and migraines. But after like the third day, it kind of goes away, and your body just cleanses, man. You just feel like this cleansing of the body. They say doctors recommend to do it like 5 days a year. Like you're supposed to do it one time a year for 5 days. That you're supposed to what's the word I want to use? That you're supposed to um fast. But it's hard. That's why most people, like, if you could do it at least for 2 days, you're good. Like at least a day. Like if you can fast for 1 day, hey, perfect. Like you'll notice the difference right away. But if you fast for like 2-3 days, even better. Like you just feel the cleansing of the body, just cleansing of it, man. Feels really good, and it makes your mind feel sharper too. I don't think Monday Night Raw is going to be good tonight. I mean, it could be. It could be, Marvin. It just depends. I don't know what they're. Cody Rhodes obviously going to have to do a promo or something, so he'll probably come out first, like to set the tempo of the night. Is Roman Reigns going to be there tonight, or is he just going to be or is he just gone? Is The Rock going to be there tonight? So those are questions that we don't have answers to yet. We'll find out tonight. Raw starts at 8 o'clock here. So you got 8 hours? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. So we got 9 hours till Raw starts. No, Raw starts at 7. 8 hours away. Less than 8 hours. 7 hours, 45 minutes. 43 minutes to be exact. Raw is going to start tonight. And then, everybody's wondering, well, what's going to happen on Raw? So we'll have to wait and find out and see what direction that WWE is going to go into. No, the Jimmy versus Jay match was good too. That was on night 1. So that was a good match too. I mean, it was okay. It was all right. I give it maybe 6 out of 10. I mean, everybody kind of knew Jay was going to win because he was a face. And they beat Jimmy. We'll just have to wait and see. What's the next pay-per-view? I have no clue, man. Keep it. Listen, I don't want like I used to, man, where I used to memorize stuff. Let me see when the next pay-per-view is. Give me a minute. Next WWE pay-per-view. Give me a minute. NXT Battleground. That's for June 9th. And it will take place at the UFC Apex in Enterprise, Nevada. Okay, so that's the next one is June 9th. Okay. So June 9th's the next one. All right. That's going to be the next one. Hold on. Let me turn the camera off. Sometimes the connection gets lost, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, anyways, guys, it's been an hour, and I want to get out of here because I want to go ahead and watch a little bit of the Mania night 2, and then today I got some other shit I got to do. But I want to enjoy this day off in peace. Maybe I might do a review of all the matches with a friend of mine named Troy. He gets off of work at 3, so I'll probably do that, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, all right, I guess I'm getting out of here, man. You guys take care, man. Peace.